is a lot of ongoing debate about whether additives have an advantage or they have an added disadvantage. Let's try to find out whether we are adding good additives or bad ones in our processed food. Altered or changed from its natural state in one way or the other for safety reasons or convenience. Now, the reason why people are going for processed food basically is to save time, and the other reason is that it is standing longer on shelves, so it has a longer shelf life for more convenience. Apart from that, there are other reasons like taste, texture, freshness, all these things that are put into consideration when we are talking about processed food. There are so many processed foods that are out there in the market which we take it for granted. Most of the things that are on the shelf, they contain a lot of added extra chemicals. And these chemicals which may be added in the food can be salt, sugar, fats, or other chemicals. Do you know that individual processed food has a number of different added chemicals, and each of these added chemicals have a special symbol associated with them. Each symbol will tell you the different kind of chemical that is going in the food. So let's look at some of these types of additives that we are consuming. To slow down food spoilage so that the processed food or any food doesn't go bad or is not contaminated by bacteria. Some of the preservatives that are added in the food include antimicrobials. Antimicrobials are those substances that prevent the overgrowth of bacteria and mold. Like, for example, in most of the packaged food items, they do not have bacterial or fungal growth in them. And the reason why that is the case is because they have antimicrobial agents added to them. Apart from that, most of the food products contain antioxidants. Antioxidants are those chemicals which prevent the discolorization of food. Otherwise, if a food is sitting in a container for a longer period of time, chances of it to decolorize is going to be high. So these antioxidants which are added in the food will prevent the food from getting spoiled so that it looks fresher. Even though it is months old, but it will still look fresh. The other one, they are known as chelating agents. So what chelating agents basically do, they are binding the metals, usually copper and iron, and prevents them from oxidizing and speeding up the spoilage. So if you look at this particular animation here, you can see what is happening here. There is a particular metal here which is responsible for the spoilage of food. Now, when this metal is found in the food products, the foods will get bad. It will get bad more quickly. So, with the addition of chelating agents, chelating agents are special chemicals. So, these chelating chemicals will trap the metal ion, and when they trap the metal ion, they take the electrons from it. When the electrons are taken away from the metal ion, the metal will not be able to oxidize itself. Therefore, the food doesn't go bad. So these are some of the examples of preservatives which are added in our everyday food. The next group of added additives that we have in the food are known as sweeteners. Sweeteners are actually a substitute for sugar. A sugar substitute is a food that provides a sweet taste just like that of sugar. However, these artificial sweeteners, they are far more dangerous compared to the added sugar. Now, the reason why sweeteners are far more dangerous compared to the added sugar is because these substances contain different kind of chemicals which may interfere with our health and pose a risk to the health as well. These artificial sweeteners, which can also be natural in their origin, may pose some risks such as obesity, indigestion, bloating, loose stools, and so many more. However, there have been numerous studies to confirm this, but there are others who actually go against this. So we can always do our online reading to find out more about sweeteners and whether they are good for our health or not. But the important thing to understand here is this. There are so many food products out there in the market which do not contain sugar. However, they taste as sweet as sugar. So these particular chemicals, they contain sweeteners such as sulfame A. Sulfame A is an added sweetener which is added in all confectionery items. Aspartame, which is found in most of the diet products. So the Diet Coke that we see in the supermarket, they actually do not contain any sugar, but they contain a sweetener known as aspartame. Nutrim is also another sweetener that is added in food items such as that. Saccharin, which is added in most of the ketchup and other commercialized products. Sucralose, which is very popular. The next group of food additives are called food dyes. Food dyes are natural or artificial colors, and they are put in the food to enhance the appearance of the food, to give it a more appealing look or to make the food tasty. So some of the food dyes which are more commonly used in the food items which is consumed daily are known as food colors, which is used in most of the products, confectionery, sweets. Turmeric, which is a very good antiseptic as well as a healing agent that is used in most of the curry. Saffron, again, this one is a very expensive additive, and that is added in the food items to enhance the taste of the food. And then we have other colors, other chemicals which are added as food dyes. Carbon dioxide is another additive which is added in beverages to improve the taste and the texture of drinks. So the chemicals which are found together with carbon dioxide in fizzy drinks are phosphoric acid as well. When this carbon dioxide is mixed with water in the fizzy drink, it forms carbonic acid. So the bubbling and fizziness that is seen in the fizzy drinks are all due to carbon dioxide. And last but not the least set of additives which are added in food items are known as monosodium glutamate, short form for MSG. Now this is one of those added additives which have been a case of controversy over the years, whether they are good for the health or not, and there are a lot of pros and cons associated with the use of MSG in food. So MSG is a form of salt that is coming from glutamic acid. Glutamic acid is one of the amino acids, and when this glutamic acid is combined with sodium, it forms monosodium glutamate. It is added as a flavor enhancer to improve the taste of the food and also to make it more savory. It is sold under a lot of different brand names, and you will find it very common in most of the foods that are sold in the restaurants, in the cafeteria. Okay, Most of the processed foods also, they contain monosodium glutamate. Noodles, chow, the flavorings contain monosodium glutamate. Large quantity usage of MSG is not good for the health because there will be a lot of side effects which will be associated at a later stage. So students, I hope you have understood very briefly what this session was all about. We have discussed the different types of additives that are used in the food industry as well as some of their pros and cons. And there are a lot of debates, there are a lot of controversies over the advantages and the disadvantages of certain additives. Keep on doing more reading on that and you will be the best judge of that controversy. Okay, whether you agree with that or disagree with that is totally on your own opinion. So we are going to see we are going to meet in another session where we are going to be discussing about the next trend, which is 5.2. Until then, you have to keep going back to your notes, revise all the important concepts there, recap and recall all the different items we have discussed in this particular session. So we will see you in the next session. Bye.